Walking on the Kip Trail through that nearby plot of wild land owned by St. Lawrence University, Lily the dog is hyperactive, excited by the tennis ball we throw in the snow. Valerie Ingram and I, with soggy face masks, walk the path and watch the path in front of us and talk about how we are coping with the pandemic. Though I saw it before, I didn't really see it, and she reminds me, look at the snow on the trees. The drapes of snow muzzle the sound into stillness. The echo in the forest is thin. All is still. Even Lily is mellow. It turns out the stillness of winter is a real thing. Fresh snow is very porous and absorbs sound. As snow lingers, it may melt and freeze and get compacted and actually make things louder, but for right now, everything is dampened and calm. So ephemeral, like the daffodils of spring. Times of stillness are simple, so beautiful, and sometimes so short. After a while, the wind will move the branches and the snow on the pines will fall off, but in the short stillness before us, we can come to truly know ourselves for who we truly are. Undistracted by YouTube and MSNBC, we don't fear what will come in the new year. We are not caught up in activity, getting our pets to the vet and eating fast food and burning the granola. The truth of stillness is in the trees, in the snow, and in ourselves. So, dear siblings, dear spouses and friends who have shared life's transitional yells and shrieks, what if we could just all walk together in a forest after a snowfall and feel the stillness? Wouldn't life be better? Wouldn't we be less angry with each other? And at the same time, there are things that need to get done. Can we find stillness even in the busyness? There are things we just have to do that maybe we don't want to do, but maybe only we can do. That's why I think scheduling stillness is a smart thing. Taking days off deliberately, that's never a waste of time. Sure, more productivity is just not worth it. The larger culture expects achievement and a hurried pace, which, let's be honest, has given us much, maybe even produced a vaccine in record time. The more we schedule, the more productive we can be. An assembly line of achievements awaits us, but is that what we want? And at what price? Is it worth it? I'm sure the yearnings to be in the Hall of Fame of achievement has its place, but I prefer, like Mary Oliver, to go through the door of stillness into the halls of the great temple. I was a financial advisor. I found out quickly it was less about giving advice and helping people and more about getting people's money. At 4 p.m. each day, the vice president would give us all a pep talk. I remember one time in particular, he said, "Why go home tonight? All you're going to do is watch TV? Instead, stay here and dial for dollars." That was his term for cold calling. He was a good salesman, and he had a real authentic emotional quality to his words that made me want to do what he asked. He would have made a good preacher. I was convinced I was going to stay stay and dial for dollars. But then I remembered something. I don't even own a TV. I wanted to go home and read a book and play bass. So I went out to the back parking lot, and through a gap in the hedges by the rusted dumpster, I began walking around one of those man-made lagoons, complete with a water fountain that prevents it from freezing over in the winter and keeps the geese there. I promise you, I had no revelation, no epiphany, no spiritual fireworks went off. I entered no grand temple. I just needed to let my shoulders relax and release from the pressure to achieve. All I got was some stillness, and that was enough. A ministry of walking. Hey, if you're ever interested, please give me a call, text, or email. We can go on a walk together. You can schedule something. It's really simple. We can walk the Remington Trail or whatever. And I promise you this, no profound insights into the meaning of life, no revelations, no epiphanies, but maybe, just maybe, a few moments of shared stillness. And we can let the voodoos of ambition sleep. Our temple, this church building with its 3 entranceways, is still. It is here, lightly used, awaiting our presence like an unlit chalice awaits the spark of a match. This buttressed building, planted in the past, cracked with the wrinkles of age like an old sun, it lets out a big creaky sigh every once in a while, letting me know its age. It is natural to settle into the earth. Our temple is in the dark now, waiting to be opened to the new warmth of our flames, waiting like an unlit chalice. The important part of the temple is the empty space within it. The temple awaits, like the chalice, awaits the wine of celebration, the fire of beautiful music, and the dissipating smoke of loss. Our temple calmly awaits our dance, our breath, our caffeine, and our chatter. Right now, it is just warm enough. The time lights still go on early in the dark afternoon and shut off in the late sunrise. This building, our temple, is a reminder of the stillness we all have. Try to keep it clean and orderly, your temple, because the temple of the holy is within each of our bodies. The door of stillness leads into the inner sanctuary where the voices say simple things like, breathe, you are loved, go ahead, be you. The inner temple is love, and stillness is its doorway. Yet there are many doors into this temple. We have another door here, seldom used, an emergency door. Those are the doors, the entrances we have to use when we are overwhelmed and feel like the greens in the fridge wilting. When we are so distracted, we put metal in the microwave. The craziness of life can lead us to take that emergency door. And that is okay. That is good. That is what it's there for. Another one of the doorways to the temple. And it allows us to find the sacred in our cave of chaos, in the stillness, in the busyness. I see there are more and more Christmas lights on houses and trees. Christmas trees are sold out. There's a heightened sense of a festive ritual, which I think is needed in these pandemic times. A good Christmas card with simple wishes carries so much more this year than it has in the past. In all this holiday season, and deciding how to celebrate and with who and how and via Zoom, remember the stillness of winter. You don't need to go through the door of craziness, the emergency door. You can go through the door of stillness. A holy stillness awaits us all. It might be ephemeral, lasting as long as unwilted snow. Between the monk like Mary Oliver, I can picture walking alone on a Cape Cod shoreline, and the busy parent who almost forgot about the dentist appointment, even though they just called, there is a middle way. Now, we can't all take days off from doing the things only we can do, but we can take a day off from ambition and travel all the way into the temple. And all we need is that door of stillness. Sometimes it takes a little craziness to get our attention. It's true. I can relate to the Reverend Angela Herrera, a good friend of mine, parent of 2 children, a minister of a large congregation in Albuquerque, doing the things that she must do, the things only she can do, but with the reminder to breathe and to hear that still small voice with a listening posture. Let it open you to the glories of the temple. And when the voices that say you aren't good enough, you can talk back to them and just say, I am here. I am enough. This is enough. Now, when I was younger, I thought stillness was boring. And seeking to be entertained, I ran from the temple. Stillness is something to slowly walk into that says, this is enough. You are here. This is enough. So plant stillness in the darkness of winter now. Collect all its colors on your calendar. Schedule time and moments to loosen yourself and let the fresh snow absorb the noise of life. And with your tempered senses, in the dark night of an old sun, you may see Saturn and Jupiter appear as one light. Tumble like a leaf through the still doorway into the glorious temple of your holy body. So may it be, and amen.